This video is gonna look at one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in the history of skins. You may know of a database called float.db. One of the things you can do on this database, which is like 1 billion skins registered on it, is search by newest ID. And this sorts skins based on how recently they've been updated on Valve servers. Now, IDs get updated when a skin is traded, sold, or unboxed, and this makes this feature an excellent tool for finding out if a new knife has recently been opened. Look at this little degen here of his skeleton fade, for example. We may not be able to see the knife in his inventory yet because of the inventory updates Valve's done, but we know, thanks to float.db, this little rascal has been gambling. These skins here, these are all failed case openings. But here's the weird thing. Do the same search with the butterfly emerald and you will see this. What the Now, this video is sponsored by Skinport, the easy to use skins marketplace, which is a miles better way of getting skins and opening cases. Skinport has a bonkers range of skins, 1.8 million of them, available at prices significantly less than what you'd pay on the Steam market. For example, here's a Bowie Tiger Tooth for $488 on the Steam market, and here's the same knife for $345 on Skinport. And best of all, there are no extra fees when you buy a skin. What you see is what you pay, unless you're Australian, lucky me. It's also a really convenient place to sell. Payouts go straight to your bank account, and again, zero extra withdrawal fees when you cash out. And Skinport can also middleman your skins for you as well. The fee on private listings is only 2%. It's also safe and extremely reliable to use, so safe and reliable it has a 4.9 star Trustpilot rating with 27,000 reviews. So it's a great site, check it out, link is in the description. Anyway, I'm going to explain just what we're seeing here. These are two accounts that are community banned that have unboxed butterfly emeralds on the same day. I can confirm they're community banned by just trying to use their trade links, and I can confirm that the knives were unboxed just by looking at their inventories. These are all blue and purple skins from Dreams and Nightmare cases they've been opening. And if you're thinking, this makes no sense, there must be something I'm not telling you, you're correct. There's actually a third account just like this, another one unboxed 4 days ago, at least it was when I took this screenshot. And it gets weirder. First of all, these are clearly bot accounts. You can tell just by looking at them. Bot accounts which have gotten banned, which implies they were probably up to no good. And between them, these accounts have opened 920 cases, which isn't that many cases considering they've opened 3 fucking butterfly emeralds. So if you're thinking that this means there must be a bunch more accounts like this out there, you're right. In fact, I've discovered 62 different accounts just like this. Community banned accounts, degen opening cases at a rate that would put Anomaly, me, and Sparkles combined to shame. Now, for anyone who doesn't know how community bans work, basically a community ban means you can't trade, you can't use the Steam market, you can't play matchmaking, and your profile is hidden. It is the biggest fuck you Valve can ever give you. And while the community ban doesn't stop you from buying the keys to open cases, Valve will still let you give them your remaining Steam balance, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to open cases if you're community banned. It's not normally something people do. Occasionally you will see unboxings on trade banned accounts. Sparkles has done a few, but these are very rare and expensive containers, not cheap shit like these accounts are opening. And the scale this is happening on is also crazy. I mean, I stopped looking after 62 accounts. There is definitely a lot more I didn't find, but let's just go with 62. It looks like they've opened an average of 300 cases each, so that is over 18,000 cases just on those accounts, which is over 45,000 US dollars alone just for the keys. And I've definitely only found a fraction of these accounts. So this is some weird shit. We don't have the full numbers, but it's probably hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent opening cases on hundreds of trade banned accounts. And naturally, the question this raises is why the fuck would anyone do this? I added some of the accounts opening cases so I could ask them, but sadly, none of these guys wanted to be my friend. However, we can still figure out quite a bit about who these guys are. Firstly, we can actually check to see if the accounts have played matchmaking or not by looking at my friends list in game. This account here, for example, is community banned. The guy who owned it was very naughty, but what you notice is we can still see his details. But if we check the unboxing accounts, well, they don't have an XP bar. They've never played any matchmaking, they're only opening cases. And that brings us to the second point. Opening tens of thousands of cases is no fun whatsoever. Yes, I open cases a lot, and yeah, it's exciting when a gold rolls in, but the grind involved in getting there is no fun at all. Cases are not slot machines, they do a terrible job at drip feeding you dopamine, and given the volume of stuff this guy is opening, probably thousands of cases every day, the only motive here could be profit, and if they're making a profit, well, there's really only one way they could be doing this, although we'll get to that. So the next thing I went looking for was accounts that weren't banned yet. This didn't take too long. It looks like whoever is opening these cases is opening about 2,000 cases per day, and about 20% of the accounts don't seem to be banned yet. The unbanned ones are pretty much identical, no profile set up, tons of blue skins on the database, and this shows the accounts weren't initially banned when the cases were open. Now that on its own is not a surprise, but what is a bit surprising is something that's not there. The inventories of these accounts are public, and we can see that there are no CS skins left. If there were, there would be something up the top showing it. This seems to suggest that the skins are only getting registered when the owner goes to trade them away. And although it's a bit hard for me to be 100% sure, this probably means some of the banned skins we've seen may have been successfully moved to other accounts as well. And this all ties into what the person behind this is doing. As I said before, it can only be one thing. They're laundering money from stolen credit cards. Now, this is a very common thing on Steam. A lot of people deposit with stolen credit cards, but this is definitely the first time I've ever seen anyone use it to open cases. And aside from being a very weird and seemingly inefficient way of doing things, it also raises a massive red flag because what he's doing should be impossible. As I said before, stolen credit cards are a big problem on Steam, and because of that, the platform is actually designed to stop stuff like this. If you deposit on Steam with a new card, they will lock the Steam market for 7 days, long enough to typically catch you, and this should make it impossible to buy cases. So how's this guy doing it? Well, this is where things get a bit messed up, because he's not waiting 7 days. Allegedly, he is using a Steam support exploit so he can buy the cases. During the process of making this video, I had someone reach out to me who claimed to be friends with a guy doing this. He talked about the whole credit card fraud thing, but then he went on to say that apparently his friend had figured out that if you reach out to Steam support in certain languages, the staff are complete dummies and will just unlock your account so you can buy the cases, which, assuming it's true, is a bit of a security flaw. He also claimed that his friend moves stuffs to alts once he's done. That would line up with what I've been seeing, and he even offered to hack his friend for me. I said no to that one, but I did appreciate the commitment. But ultimately, it seems like Valve might have another Steam support problem on their hands. I'm sure they're absolutely sick of dealing with those at this point, but it looks like Steam support problems aren't stopping anytime soon. Either way though, this is definitely the strangest money-making scheme I've ever seen on Steam. And remember, this guy got 3 butterfly emeralds in just a few days. That's probably only from 10,000 cases or so. Utterly insane luck. I don't know if he got to keep them, I guess you can look out for them in the future. Maybe they will show up again. Anyway, that's it for this video. This was so weird I had to talk about it. Thank you to Roffle Monster, who was the guy who told me about this in the first place, a big thank you. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus, thanks for watching, see ya.